Now in this video, we want to talk about the range of functions, right? Okay, so we know already that the range is a set that contains all output of a certain function, okay, as the input varies, or the possible output of a given function. Good. So what I'll be doing here in this video will be to lay some foundations that will help us to find the range of functions, because when you are given a certain function, you may be required to find the range of a function. So you need to know how to go about that anyway. But let's talk about range of functions, the whole idea about the range of functions, right? Good. So you want to visualize a function as a mapping, which they are very, very similar, except for the domain, right? Good. So we want to talk about if text from a domain, let's call this domain a capital X, and then the range Y. Right, good. So I say that the domain contains elements here, and then the range has the set of all possible output. So to find the domain, we look for values of X or real numbers that will make the function to be defined, that will make the value of the function to be a real number. In the case of real valued function, which we are considering in this course. Now the range set also contains real numbers, which are the output. Now, to get the range, we need to talk about the inverse of the function. So, in our previous video, we just discussed about inverse of functions, which opposes the direction of a function. So, if a function is a rule that assigns every y in the range set to every x in here, right, that assigns y to each x here, then the inverse will be the one that assigns x to each y in here. That is, it will now be moving in this direction. Good. Great. So, to find the domain of this function, we will be talking about this part. To find the range, we'll be talking about this part. Now, take note that this set y is the domain of the inverse of f, right? So, if you start f inverse, it will act on every y in here and produce a result here. So, to get the inverse of a function, we will need to get the range of a function, which will give us this set. And then the domain of that range will be the range of f. Sorry? To get the range of a function, f, right, we need to find the inverse of f. Good. Then the domain of this inverse is this one, which is the range of f. So I'm going to put a little note for you here that the range of f, that is a function f, is the domain of f inverse. So if you can find f inverse and you can find the domain of f inverse, that simply tells you that you have gotten the range of the function f. Good. So you need to know how to find the inverse of a function. You replace f of x with y, you interchange x and y, and then you solve for the new y. And then that new y is called the inverse. Anyway, let's go ahead and find the range of some given functions. Right, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.